did at Derby County. The art of counter-attacking at its best. 2 fullbacks involved. What a chance.
That's another one to add to that list of yours, Don.
Ever increasing. And we haven't, you look at Hull City goalkeeper, he has barely had anything other than a routine save to make.
That could change here. Hutchinson. Still Hutchinson. Over.
Oh, that's about their best moment, isn't it, from open play? We've got 2 teams having a little go here. Lovely little give and go from Hutchinson. He skips past Curtis Davis, composes himself in the first instance. But then it's a little bit snatched at, isn't it, really? It leans back, sails high and over the crossbar.
It's going to be interesting to see how long he lasts. Sam Hutchinson hasn't started since they played against Charlton. That was almost exactly 2 months ago now. Last goal, even further back in that memorable night at Hillsborough when they beat Arsenal by 3 goals to 0.
Well, I think he's demonstrated why Carlos Carvalhal brought him in for today's game. He has done a lot of unnoticed work. In front of his back 4, he's a real strong game, Sam Hutchinson.
Mohammed. This is broken to Forestieri. He's got Hooper busting a gap to get up alongside him. Still Forestieri. And that'll deflect behind for a Wednesday corner.
He holds his hand up to Gary Hooper, who's having a little bit of a moan at his strike partner. He made a real long bursting run, Gary Hooper, to try and, if nothing else, detract the Hull defence. But I think once Forestieri advanced, there was only one thing in his mind there.
Forestieri's corner. Sheffield Wednesday head on it, and now Jakupovic fist away. Forestieri starting to get more involved in the game for Sheffield Wednesday. Hutchinson helps it on to Hunt. Good run by the fullback.
It's a little bit predictable. Andy Robertson knew he wanted to go outside.
Jeremy Allan, who just a couple of months ago was deemed surplus to requirements at Sheffield Wednesday, shipped out on loan to Wolves. He's back and he's coming on for the remaining half an hour or perhaps an hour here at Wembley. Come off the arm of Jake Livermore.
It's going to be interesting to see who he's going to replace, because he has got pace to burn. Jeremy Allan don't come much quicker than him.
Ross Wallace the man to make way for the young Frenchman Jeremy Allan. Started both the semi-finals, scored in both the semi-finals against Brighton. Ross Wallace, but will be a Wembley goal to add to that tally.
The team have been on the back foot, Ross Wallace, haven't they? Didn't really get too many opportunities to impose himself on this game. Different type of player, Jeremy Allan. It's noticeable, isn't it? Sheffield Wednesday have sent him over to the other side, where the legs of Odebajo are causing Sheffield Wednesday problem. I think that's a wise move by Carlos Carvalhal.
And trying to cause problems. He went to ground, no hint of a foul in there. And Robertson. This is Lees.
missing in that first half.
What about John? Still on about John. Well-timed tackle needed to be as well in that area of the field. Elan.
I'm really surprised there. Jeremy Elan was happy to leave Adebayo to run onto Daniel Poole. I would have thought he would have offered him a little bit extra support. It didn't matter in the end. Poole's tackle was excellent.
Forestieri. Now Elan can get on the front foot. Little deflection should help the Hull goalkeeper, and it does.
This is the time of the game where the two players may just start feeling their legs a little. Fatigue may have a part to play here this evening.
Adebayo.
Michael Dawson not happy with the movement in front of him there. Had to go all the way back.
We're edging towards the last quarter of the 90 minutes. As if there's not enough tension in the air already, it always just goes up a little bit more when you get to that stage of the game, that stage of this game. Mohammadi will go for a throw in the corner, deflected off Puda.
He needs to try, if at all possible, to get up before, without the trainers coming on, otherwise he'll have to leave the pitch and his team will have to defend. 10 men, it hits him flush on the back of the head. It must have stunned him a little bit. He's done well for his team there.
And he tried his wits about him here, perhaps. Just slightly overhead to release Elan. Of football that these two have played against each other now this season. Just those 2 goals coming in the Hillsborough meeting just before Christmas. Bang. Hutchinson a little slow onto it. Diami certainly wasn't.
Daniel Poole played his teammate into a little bit of trouble. It's way too tight for him to be playing the ball like that.
Robertson had the standout chance of the second half for Hull. Second in the voting for Sheffield Wednesday's Player of the Year, behind Forestieri. Elan. Different test for Adebayo, and he was able to pass it.
Sheffield Wednesday won. They want Jeremy Elan to occupy Moses Adebayo in that half of the pitch.
Puda. Bannon.
These are two teams that usually have a goal in them, don't they? Tipping towards the back end of the season.
Only Middlesbrough had a better defence over the course of the Sky Bet Championship season than Hull. I expect them to be able to keep Sheffield Wednesday for the most part at arm's length, and largely they have. They've restricted them to fair few. Last-ditch challenge from Curtis Davis stands out. Long-range effort from Hutchinson in this second half. A couple of pieces of goalkeeping, housekeeping that Eldin Jakupovic had to do. So which of these two will be in the Premier League next season? Either way, you can watch 126 Premier League games live on Sky Sports next season, more than ever before. And to wet the whistle ahead of that, the International Champions Cup starts July the 22nd live on Sky Sports. Teams like Barcelona, Juventus, Real Madrid, PSG, and the champions Leicester City, all involved in that. Livermore, an ambitious run.
Again, brilliant work from Sam Hutchinson. Must be feeling it a little now. Must be feeling it.
Odovaggio looking for Diarme, just eased away to safety by Hunt. Well, you could see him just now taking some big gasps of air there. Sam Hutchinson, such a competitor. He's done exactly what has been asked of him so far today. 14 yellow cards this season in the 29 games he's played before today. Tells you what sort of a player he usually is. Snodgrass. Now Diarme. Oh, Diarme! A diamond of a goal from Mohamed Diarme. 20 minutes to play in the playoff final, and Hull City hit the front.
Well, you wondered, with Kieran Westwood in outstanding form, was it going to take something spectacular? And my word, just produced an absolute stunner. And it looks to me as if Hull have got the legs on Sheffield Wednesday. They seem to have a bit more energy. They're picking the loose balls up, but he's got no right, has he really? He's got no right to score from there. He knows exactly what he's doing. He wraps his foot around it, gets the flight that gets it over Kieran Westwood and under that crossbar, and sends those Hull City fans into ecstasy, just as Dean Windasser's volley did just a few short years ago. It's a peach of a goal. Now, can Hull City hold on? That's the question.